but he's been replaced by Briggs, who you heard from yesterday. Briggs, want to say hi to everybody? So I've got talent coming from every direction here in the broadcast booth with us. Boys got good rest, didn't have an early morning game, got back, had some social time last night, got a chance to get up, do their thing this morning. It's a 1 o'clock game. Don't know if we mentioned this earlier, but this, for at least some of us, is a first-time bus experience. We left Wayzata High School Friday morning on a coach bus from Trobeck's out of Sartell or St. Stephen, and waiting for us out in the parking lot. So when the boys wrap up here, we will head back to Minnesota. Briggs, do you like the bus? Is it kind of fun?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Kind of.
What's your favorite part about the trip so far? Like Pizza Ranch? Marana?
No.
Knee hockey?
No.
Running around the hotel? Did you get to swim at all?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Well, the best part about the trip is seeing everybody playing hockey and working hard together.
Yeah, you love that, huh?
Yeah.
That's true. So far, so good. It'd be fun to see him close this out.
Yeah.
Big brother in net today for the championship game. I love it. What do you think?
I'm a little bit scared for him.
Excited for him.
Excited,
Yeah.
scared. And I don't know.
You don't know? Yeah. He's going to do great.
Yeah.
Greg, they've got a big goalie. You mentioned about that earlier with that, I don't know what goalie saw, and he wasn't really creeping out the challenge. He's just kind of willing to sit back in net and eat up space. Does that kind of come back to what you were saying, that when we get breakaways, we're just sniping corners because those...
If he's back, you got to just hit a corner.
It's not going to work to juke and deke and go left to right because he's not going to move enough to give you that easy slide in, right?
Yeah, we're not going to get... It's unlikely we're going to score on a shot from top of the circle like maybe we have a couple times. Like, he's going to eat that up.
Just too much space eating up.
You got to get it moving laterally. I mean, I know that's obvious, but...
Yeah, he's a big boy. Again, sweet jerseys on the Blue Jays.
We're the Blue Jays, too, which is cool.
The Blue Jays, I love it. That is a good look on the gray, blue, and gold. Just a little off from our grays, but they look kind of same plan. That's a good looking kit.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. They're pretty sweet.
Yeah, I already did. I already talked to her. We're going to see how the game goes.
Briggs, are you pumped up for school tomorrow?
No, not
What?
really.
Oh, what grade are you in?
Second.
Second grade. What school do you go to?
Only name would be this school.
To what?
Only name would be this.
Okay. You have lots of buddies in your class?
Some.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go because I'm tired.
All right, so first glimpse. Let's start from behind. Mr. Buell, none other than Oliver Buell in net. I got the whole Buell family here with me in the broadcast booth, so I got a lot of Buell help today. Out in front of him at the blue line will be Jeffers, Wilson, Kanan, Brown, and Homstall starting at forward with Kanan taking this initial draw.
Yeah.
Kanan dumps that back to Jeffers. Jeffers to Wilson. Wilson flips one up to Kanan just off his stick. That'll work its way through into zone. That gets played off by the Blue Jay goalie. Heavy pressure there coming from Homstall, but a bit of a breakout, at least temporarily, as Jeffers deals. He gets picked out at neutral ice. They dump that in. Buell with an early save. Now the puck comes out, gets out of zone. Homstall's pressuring. D change at least for one as Nicollet gets in. A new crew of forwards come in. We've got Clavin. And that'll get covered as that dumped in and got on goal. So a couple of early saves, I guess.
And
for them, one for us. Mostly just dumps and plays at this point. Looks like we're just going to the one so far. We did guess. Yeah, we're the way team here on the scoreboard. Just shy of a minute into this first one, we've got Clavin, Nicollet, and Mead. Cleveland, LaRose, and Mead are your forwards in. Nicollet and Prentice back on D. Forecheck pressure by Mead, who's always got energy. He does find it in close. Puck on the crease. A little bit of pressure from the Trojans there, but now the Blue Jays have a chance to skate out with it, but it's immediately controlled by Nicollet. Turn back around as the Blue Jays working their way out. Nicollet there to play it again, dumps that in, and now we're back and forth at neutral ice for a little bit. See if we can get something set up. Hard ice pass across, has LaRose out front. Can't quite get to it, but he'll win the race into the boards, but the Trojans looking for a change, and Hasselfeld shot like a cannon, comes out into the near boards there to play that one. The Blue Jays chip it out to neutral ice. Jeffers back on it. Kurth plays that to himself, has a little bit of room, gets hung up on that. Couldn't quite get free to get something off or get something over to his line mate. Wilson there to play it. With speed, working his way up, turns it over in the slot. The Blue Jays come back in, and that ends up and high over into the back boards. Bodied into the corner by Wilson. Gets a piece of action there, but stays in zone as the Waseca skater is going to get out. That flips up. Has Kurth. Kurth with room up the far side. Gets across the red. He's going to look for a change as Ulchel will put a little pressure on and get the boys comfortably in and probably find a change of his own. Brown immediately on it, but he gets his pocket picked at the blue line. And here come Waseca the other direction. Good save there. Looked like we got a strong skater in 41. Works one in, puts one on net, tries to reverse one around, and can't quite get it. And now Homstall with space up the far side. Tries to come across, back to the left, and scores! Carson Homstall pokes one free, but he just really raced down the edge there, across the blue line, and he does come across the crease and finds a little opening. Briggs, what'd you see there? What'd you like in that?
He went to one side, and then he went to the other, and he just tipped it in with his backhand.
Put that thing in backhanded. Yeah. Carson Homstall scores first. Probably unassisted? I don't know who. So somebody chipped that up.
Wayzata Gold, scored by number 11, Carson Homstall, unassisted. That's Wayzata Gold, number 11, Homestall. Time of the goal, 3:03 of the first period.
All right, in 3:03 of the first, Homstall scores unassisted. The Trojans lead 1-0. And just 11:30 left here in the first frame. Nicollet plays it. Brown trying to find a little energy. That get hung up top. Homstall chips out. Oh, nice little deflector there. That went wide left. That would have been a tough stop. But it did miss just outside. Boys need to get one out. Brown has a chance at it. Now we've got numbers coming. Brown across the blue line. Flips one in. Never really committed to him. Probably the right shot to take. You got to put that up in a corner. Pick a corner and try to hit it. You got to put that one right into the bread basket.
His goalie looks pretty big.
He's going to eat up a lot of stuff in the middle. He looks tough in the middle. Yep.
Compared to the Wolf, and that he's pretty much taller, so.
Clavin kind of wills one back, finds his way back on it, and the Blue Jays look to break out, and they've got a little bit of space here. Nice little skate up as the boys work their way through. Jeffers tried to kind of skate through his stick, and he moved through it. Oh, nice centering pass there. Scoring opportunity stymied. That goes wide left. Continued pressure here. I don't know. Shots on goal are even early, 3-3, and the Trojans with a 1-goal lead. Clavin skates out. Stick hits the ground. That's a hold. I don't know that you can do that with your hands. And here comes Meade. Meade's pushing in, far side. Waseca tries to work their way out. Hasselfeld able to chip that in, but plays it right into a Blue Jay, and Blue Jay turns that around and works his way back. Wilson gets hung up in the skates of the pushing defender there, and the Blue Jays able to punch that in. Chip out opportunity by Kurth, can't find a home. Now Wilson near side has a little help from Hasselfeld. Hasselfeld getting bodied in the corner. Looking for a little bit of space. Jeffers finds it. Jeffers has Ulchel. Ulchel with room. Across the red line, looks back to Hasselfeld. Hasselfeld chips it just in. And Kurth pressures. But the Blue Jays look to get it out and have a little bit of space now, but pressure from Hasselfeld slows things down. The Blue Jays dump, and Prentice will be the first one to that dump opportunity, and see what this forecheck comes from them. Ulchel chips one out, looking for Kanan. Back to Nicollet, over to Brown. Brown has one forward to Ulchel. Ulchel with space. Didn't really have Kanan, but Kanan finds his way through it. Ulchel now backhanded on the crease. Puck just sitting there. Kanan reverses course, tries to find some room. As Brown regroups at the blue line, allowing onsides for the Trojans, and they dump it in, and here come Brown and Kanan. We're going to have to be more deliberate, I think, with this Waseca team. I think a lot of the stick work is going to get eaten up by their defenders. But a little bit of space up. Pass across, has Kanan. Kanan gets taken out at the skates on a toe drag opportunity.
That's what's going to happen here.
And is that pretty clean?
Yep.
Puck gets flipped up, high into the air. Wilson plays that into the corner. Looks for Homstall, and that gets to, he played it! How's that icing? You can't.
Maybe
Did it get just across? Okay. It's almost like he committed to the whistle too early and then he couldn't go back on it.
Yeah.
All right, defensive zone draw here, at least initially controlled by the Blue Jays. That gets chipped back around. And here comes LaRose. LaRose near side, has room, chips one in. That's going to get into the corner. And Meade hustles in to get a piece of it. Clavin joins the party. That scoots just by LaRose. That almost trickled in skate side there, huh? Down low?
Yeah.
We'll take them however they come at this point. 1-0 Trojans. 7:12 left in the first. Blue Jays looking to get out. Jeffers slows things down on this side. LaRose chops one in, gets deflected and slowed down by the Blue Jay forward. That gets eaten up by the defenders there as we're going to turn this one around. Has Clavin. Clavin holds on to it, chips one forward, gets a little body up in front of us. Has LaRose there to help. Now the defense will try to work it around. Has Jeffers. Jeffers then chops that in. Line change here for the forwards as Hasselfeld, Kurth, and Ulchel come in. Haven't seen a lot of, I'm not sure we've seen a face-off from this crew, but we have, you think Hasselfeld at center?
Yep.
Okay. Blue Jays with space. Ooh, that came through a Nicollet legs and a pad save, a bit of a shield there as Buell makes a nice save as that gets its way in. And now here come the Trojans back. First can't quite get a stick on it. That is on net, and so that'll get covered as Altschul was breaking on it, and we'll get an offensive zone draw with just under 6 left here in the first. Pretty good and even skate. I think important that we got one on the board. What do you think, Briggs? I'm going to move this just to like right here.
I don't think anything.
You don't think anything? That's all right.
Nah. Well.
I'll check back in.
Okay.
That is one out. Nicollet flips one in off the blocker.
I figured it out, but I think.
Yeah, what do you think?
I think both teams are doing pretty good passing.
They're passing well?
Yeah, they're doing a lot of passing. And I think my team in might can maybe watch them to learn maybe how to pass it a little bit more. Mm-hmm. Because I'm one of the only ones who passes, but...
Oh, is that right?
I think.
So you'd like to see some passing in mites then, too?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hear you. All right, Trojans with a bit of offensive zone time there, but the Blue Jays skate away with it. Not long as Wilson slows that down. Kanan tries to dangle through the neutral zone, and we have a skater at the doorstep, and he loses pressure. A little back check there helped us out, but tough turnover there out at neutral ice. So that's really what hurt us yesterday, right, is that type of play.
Yeah.
You know, in a standard defense, we were in pretty good shape. Kanan works his way all the way through, all the way around, and finds it. Despite our thoughts, that was a lot of possession time, and he just short of getting one off with a little bit of a sharp angle on the far side.
I don't know if they got a scouting report, but they are being a lot more physical with them than
Yep.
seeing other teams.
That gets played in by Prentice, and at least start of a line change as LaRose, Meade, and no, that'll complete the line change, are all in. Prentice dumps one wide to the left. Nicollet will race in and help out. Heavy shot there far side as Nicollet gets banged into the boards. That might have been a two-player into the board. That gets flipped in by Prentice, and a blocker's a pad save there. Another centering pass goes across the crease and nothing there. Kick save by Nicollet, but does have a 2-on-1 option for the Blue Jays. Shut down at least initially there by Prentice. Nicollet then plays it. Has Meade looking to scoot one by his defender. Chopped in by Nicollet. Played, however, by the Blue Jays through neutral ice. 3 minutes and 15 seconds left here. And I think Blue Jays just off sides. Complete line change back here as Hasselfeld will take a draw at center, along with Altschul and Kurth. Hasselfeld tries to scoot through and play that off to himself, and a bit of scrum right in front of us, and it does come out. Kurth dumps that in. Hasselfeld working into the corner, creates a little collision there. Kurth comes in to help, and Kurth will be into the near corner this time. He gets bodied off the puck, and Hasselfeld gets involved again. Kurth comes with it. Altschul kind of was cocked and ready in the slot, and that got deflected away. Wilson, however, plays that, and it ends up back deep into Trojan territory. Nicollet gets slowed down on his breakout, and the Blue Jays retake control deep in Trojan territory. That gets flipped in, looking for a deflection, and out comes Wilson. Wilson with space and speed, tries to dangle one through, gets played off the puck. And icing. Got physical with Wilson. It was a 2-on-1 situation there. Wilson took a little umbrage. We'll see if he comes back with a little spunk next opportunity. He seemed to take note on who seemed to interfere off the puck there. Was that anything? Was that just a good defensive play?
How you defend it.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, and a
Boy.
wide shot.
Yeah, Prentice rips one. That came off nice and hot. Those are the
Yeah.
type we got to keep punching on net, maybe look for rebounds or whatever's going to come of it. But here
Yep.
come the Blue Jays. Blue Jays through neutral ice, skating through the blue line. Nicollet breaks things up into the corner. The Blue Jays try to skate out with it. Heavy body pressure by Nicollet. Homstall in there to help out. Homstall's going to try to work it up the boards, and he turns that around to a Blue Jay. Brown now on it, and that Plinko's off a Blue Jay skate, and pressure coming now from the Trojans as Homstall will chase the forecheck in.
And
Brown on the far wall has a chance to play it, but he lets that up to Prentice. Prentice flips one in and scores! Prentice fires deep right angle, and I don't know,
Screen. Had to be a screen.
Homstall screen, or did he get a piece of it? And if he got a piece of it, he got a piece of it with his body. So,
and
Whatever it was, it was working in front of the net by hand.
until we hear otherwise, Prentice is ripped. Prentice has 2 or 3 miles an hour on that shot that we haven't seen twice in a row. He ripped one wide left, and that one came in hot. And Prentice scores here.
And they scored a goal with 1 minute and 18 seconds to spare.
Wayzata Gold, number 12, Prentice.
1 minute left here in the first, and you heard it from Briggs. Centering pass, dangerous up front. We're seeing legitimate offense out of this Waseca. They're going to find the back of the net the way they're attacking. We just have to keep putting some points on the board to protect it. 48 seconds left here as Kanan now has space and speed, and he dangles his way around. Gets pushed off the puck there. Possible hook, and Hasselfeld back, or Homstall back on it. Kanan now gets a piece. Backhand out. Jeffers in, looking for a deflection on the near side there. Now Wilson's going to go ahead and dump that back in. Played by a Blue Jay. .20 seconds here, 14. Boys would love one more scoring opportunity as Jeffers tries to lean one through. 8 seconds left. Chop that back in, and that will be the end of your first, and a good one for the Trojans, a 2-goal lead as we end the first. I don't know if we talked about this earlier, but I think it's worth mentioning. Legit Minnesota A team. They're not in the top 10 of Minnesota A's, but this is an A hockey team. This is Waseca's best of 2, and so I think we've had some success this year and wondered how we'd stack up against teams like this, and now we have an opportunity. The boys came out skating really hard. It feels like an even skate. We put away a couple of opportunities to get a 2-goal lead, and we're in for a dogfight here. This ain't over yet.
No, it's a good matchup for us. But it's, you're right. The team has played full A schedule, so we're not going to put anything on them they haven't seen.
They for sure played better teams.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I think it's okay. Our shot.
He's great. He's the cutest.
Click on that. Yeah, if we keep throwing those pucks into the middle off the board, they're gonna.
We'll chip those in. They've had a couple of really nice shots on the crease that they just didn't get a stick on. All right, skating out on this. So this is a little bit of a change here with Clavin centering this line, moving Meade over to right wing and LaRose at left. Nicollet and Prentice will start this one out in front of Mr. Buell. Clavin punches that forward. Shut down as LaRose punches that in. Kind of got hung up in some skates, and now the Blue Jays skating through. Doesn't get all of that one, but does end up chipping it back behind the net. The Blue Jays look to get it out, and here comes Mead. Mead gets hung up in the skates of the Blue Jay. Now Prentice finds a little room. That ends up through LaRose's skates and can't quite play that one and ends up icing. So just 33 seconds in, and we'll get a fresh set of skaters in for the Trojans and a defensive zone draw. Yeah, get a piece of that with the skater, a stick or something like that, if nothing more, just to prevent the ice in this draw in our zone. Hasselfeld finds Wilson. That gets immediately kicked all the way around. Wilson down, Kurth with him. Hasselfeld now looking to find a way out the other way. Looking for Altschul. Altschul turns. Ties things up, and we'll try the other way. Jeffers, great effort. It's little things like that sometimes, right? When you desperately need a clear and he can control it enough, get across the red line and dump it in. Even if we're going to turn around and come back here, give everybody a little bit of a rest, put a little more pressure on, get a line change here at forward, and some fresh skaters makes all the difference. So 13:30 now, and we can take Homstall in, near side. Kanan to Prentice. Prentice, same thing. Finds his way just across the red line, dumps that in. And now we got the chase. Brown coming in, far side. Homstall, near side. Back to Prentice. Prentice should build some confidence and keep chucking things up there. Brown takes a hard one off the fence. Prentice snaps one. That goes wide left. Nicollet pressures in, turns it around. Brown then in to play it. And here comes Kanan. Kanan across to Homstall. Homstall waits just a little late. Right idea. Jack was a little wide. All right. So really good unselfish play. That could have been a tap in, but just a little late. There was kind of ran out of real estate, and the angle wasn't there for him. Good offense, good unselfish play. That was fun. Fresh forwards coming in here. Are we on?
Not yet.
Trojans carry a 2-goal lead just inside 12 minutes left in the second.
It was a good play.
Clavin,
Okay, back on.
LaRose, and Jeffers in. Clavin has room. He's going to skate that in, and a little slapper in. Nice rebound given. We just couldn't quite catch up to the onsides there to get there for it, but holding things up in the corner. It's Clavin there. Trying to kick something free. Does finally get it there. LaRose is going to chop it back this way. Clavin in. Hits the stick of... Oh, and a jumping. That almost a self-screen there as that came back, and a nice shot on as Jeffers puts that in. Another one seemed to have screamed. I'm not sure he saw that either. That goes wide left, and the boys continue to chip away at things in the middle. Wilson there covering up nicely. Finds it. Kicks it back in a good sequence here by this line as Clavin continues to pressure. LaRose joins in. Wilson there to pinch, and does. Nice job on that far side, and they've got a little help back there as Nicollet comes back. And now a little bit of a 2-on-1. We'll see how fast the back check comes in, and it does. Wilson there to slow it down and covered by Buell. Got just enough back check there to slow a little pressure down. Hey, that's your big brother on the save. What do you think? Yeah, good one. What do you got there? Some slushy?
Tell them what you did with it.
I put plastic taffy in it,
You put Laffy Taffy in your slushie?
Green Laffy Taffy.
Did you think that slushie just didn't have enough sugar? So
Yeah.
we'd double up a little bit?
Yeah.
All right. Prentice right in front of us here, trying to work one off the blue line. The Blue Jays work their way back. Couple pucks on the crease. More scoring opportunity for the Blue Jays. They're going to dump this in. Hasselfeld works into the far side. You want to run this?
Sure.
Okay. He's probably better at paying attention to that. You'll notice an improvement in camera work here as we got Briggs manning both the color commentary and camera work.
Oh, I'm really good.
Yeah, you're very good. Ooh, centering pass up front.
I always get in the middle.
That was almost a self-tip by a Trojan there. Desperately need to punch one out here. Maybe not a bad icing, even if that's what it takes. And that actually pounds off the goal, so that's even better yet. That does bounce back so fast, though. They did catch us in a little bit of a change. And good hustle there by Jeffers, who closed on that transition to shut things down on the Blue Jays temporarily. And a brilliant save of the tournament, dare I say, as that pumped out to the left slot. A one-time smack and a glove snag by Buell, and a brilliant save to maintain this 2-goal lead. 9:21 left. We get that one on camera?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. That rattles around the boards. That'll come to rest, and just enough English on that, or just enough slush on the ice to slow that thing down. Hasselfeld pressuring almost centers there as Kanan turns, fires. Brown chops into the corner, tries to keep it alive, works it up to Wilson. Wilson back into the corner. Brown will retreat. Up to Jeffers. Off the hand there, got deflected down by a Blue Jay defender. Right back to the Blue Jays. And chipped back in by Brown, just offsides.
Fortunate offsides.
That might have...
Wait, my dad.
I don't think he does. You want this? He's concentrating. All right, that plays it out to Wilson. Wilson regroups. He's going to go ahead and dump that up and over the top. Okay. Blue Jays 1-on-2 opportunity. They come out, turned over by Jeffers. Jeffers gets kind of hung up by Brown. I weren't really sure who was where. Does get flipped out. I got it. Oh, you want it back? You want to wear it? Okay. Hold on, let me turn it back on for you. Hold on, I don't know what's working. Let me. There you go. All right, Jeffers back. A couple scoring opportunities there as Waseca on the doorstep again. Chops one in. They turn and fire. Trojans just holding up enough, and Brown out and looking for a change as that just rolls out. Yeah, they put a little bit of pressure on here. Now the boys got to regroup and find a way to put some more back.
And it looks like the Blue Jays won the face-off.
Yeah. Clavin working hard back behind the net. Holds in, however, as LaRose hits the deck. And that'll be iced back again. So, got to find a way to break one out. Put a little offensive pressure back on here. Just over halfway through this one with 7 minutes and 6 seconds remaining.
Put it on here first.
Clavin plays it back to himself, gets a little help from Prentice, centering up front, and that gets deflected through. Too much ice time out in the crease there. Be excellent to see the boys get one exited. Now with a little room, Meade tries to bunch one out. Held on by the Blue Jays, dump back in, and regroup again. 6:36 left as LaRose kind of triple teamed into the ball there, kind of get caught in a bad situation and a change.
Yeah.
Hard centering pass there comes across. Too many of these, right? So we got to find a way to get this out as there is
penalty.
Is this on us? So Sam's going to find Clavin on a cross check with 6:17 left. First penalty of the day, I think, and first power play.
Wait. Sam?
Sam got a cross check there. So we're gonna spend it'll be 90 seconds, I think. Nothing's changed. So 90 seconds of this 6:17 remaining in the second, and a power play for the Blue Jays.
Penalty always takes some time.
I'm not exactly sure how and why. If they've got new scoreboard keepers on every.
A lot of the time, the local parents, like the football teams, will have to do the boards and stuff.
Yeah, and they're learning. Oh, hold on. I think. Let's see.
Can we get lower?
What's that? You want it lower?
Yeah.
Let's see. You just want the whole thing lower?
Yeah, like to right here. Oh.
We'll do it at the period, okay?
Okay.
Penalty on Wayzata Warriors number 3, Sam Clement, and then half cross checking. It's number 3 Clement, and then half cross checking.
Oh, and there's the scramble.
What's that? A little bit of a regroup here at neutral ice. We'll take all of it.
And
They play that in, and here comes Hasselfeld up the far side. He's going to go ahead and flip one in. He's going to chase that himself. That gets up high, and that is sort of dangerously in the range, and that did come out. Swept nicely by Wilson as Wilson bodies into the corner. Puck deflects near the net. Jeffers into the fray a little bit. Kurth extending a little into the corner. Wilson will play the defender, and Hasselfeld there to jump it and just couldn't quite. Good opportunity there as Kurth plays. Dumped it back in. They're getting the boys moving, and they end up with one in on the blocker and a save for Buell. 22 seconds left in the kill. What's that? I'm going to do it right when the quarter changes. Is that okay?
yeah.
I can try it a little bit. I'll try to start scooting it down a little.
That's good. That's good.
There you go. You can do that. Little camera work adjustment as the boys kill off, hopefully, this penalty. Boy, another crease one-timer as a dump down just outside left crease.
And it looks like
Even strength for the Trojans. Now they got to find a way out of the zone. Again, even strength pressure was plenty from the Blue Jays leading up to this. And that will kill some clock here and let the boys regroup. Brown chasing on a little bit of for check pressure. Kanan on, regroups. Finds his way in. And Kanan gets tripped. Nothing called. And it does come back. And he got it. It was the hand came up a little delayed. We all saw it. He got tripped on a scoring opportunity. So the Trojans get their first power play opportunity with 4:13 remaining here in the second.
and it was tripped by number 6.
Number 6 got the trip. Yep, so 90 seconds here to try to, well, it'd be nice to tack one on here as we close out the second. Put a little breathing room in. So tangy taffy in your slushy. You think you're onto something new here? Is that a?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's the jury's still out. Prentice.
Yeah.
Number 6, Car Selvig. Minute and a half.
Oh, ripper from Nicollet near side. Faced off a rebound from Prentice. Nicollet works his way back in, and another slapper, and that goes wide left. The boys willing to kind of dissect as that gets flipped up high and into the back of the net there, or back over the net there. Nicollet pinches. Kanan to Nicollet. He's going to have a little bit of space. Comes in and has just a sliver of space there, and it was an inch high. Right, so he had a little corner up on glove side high, deflects off the crossbar into the net, and so we'll take a fresh draw here with Kanan on the dot. We will get
a glove on that.
is that partial? So that might have been the save that deflected. It didn't ring real hard, did it? All right, so now fresh defenders in as Wilson and Jeffers are there. They play that back as Wilson's on it. Wilson tries to punch one through and just a little bit of traffic. And now Jeffers in a little bit of a skate race into the corner, gets there. The Blue Jays get there first. Someone's got to come and get a piece of him.
Oh, I forgot to change it.
What's that?
I forgot to change the side.
What do you mean?
It's like
Oh, that's all right. You can catch up now. And here comes Wilson up front. That's the first and score! Wilson from the point. And the Trojans find goal number 3 out of Andrew Wilson. Anybody on a pass there? I was still getting the camera back set.
And Andrew Wilson
There's a pass. We got an assist. We don't know who.
with
Homstall got the tip
57
or got the assist. So we think Homstall on the assist, and we think that is a fresh ripper from Wilson on the point. 3-goal lead here for the Trojans, and we're back to even strength with just under 3 minutes left. And Clavin on the draw along with Meade and LaRose, and the Blue Jays work their way into Trojan territory, but Meade able to punch that up.
Assisted by number 10, Andrew Wilson. Number 8, Rupert Brown. That's Wayzata Gold by 25 Coleman. Assisted by Wilson and Brown. Time of the goal, 12:03 of the second period.
Officially, goal goes to Kanan. Kanan on the tip from the centering pass from Wilson. That pass came from Brown. So Brown to Wilson to Kanan. Kanan scores with just about 3 minutes here into the second. Nicollet chips that out. And the Blue Jays chip it back in. Right to Clavin. Clavin with a little bit of space and a little bit of a lean as that gets played right to Meade. Dumps it to him and gets on his stick. Good poke check there by Nicollet, but a little 2-on-2 opportunity here for the Blue Jays as Prentice overruns that one just a little bit, gets back behind. Good skater here. Nice centering pass. Couldn't get all of it. LaRose with some forecheck pressure. Tell you what, Waseca's got some dynamite skaters. That kid came out of a cannon. Prentice is a great skater, and he just kind of, the math was bad, so he didn't angle himself right, and that kid came around and centered a really nice pass, and icing here with 1:35 left in the second. Trojans carry a 3-goal lead here late into the second. You good?
Yeah.
You want me to connect that again?
No.
You don't want it?
I do, but
You want me to run this again?
no.
Okay.
Actually, you'll see. I'll do it.
Okay.
We'll probably figure it out what to do. And I do it in time.
Okay. Jeffers looking for Kurth in the corner. Skates out just out of Altschul's reach. That gets dumped back in by the Blue Jays. This is a skater in the back. 41 is strong. And he holds pressure. Centers again. That just gets past them out front. And they'll have to regroup at neutral ice. Altschul pressures. Buell will play that back into the corner looking for Altschul or Hasselfeld. That gets dumped up. Blocker save. And another save there for Buell. That flies up high. And a glove by Hasselfeld almost deflected that one in, and Buell sprawls and slows things down. So we've had a few of those moments.
And we're changing the
Changing
offense.
lines. Yeah, who do you see in this time?
I see Homestall. I see Brown. I see. I forgot their names.
Puck gets deflected high. Brown plays it into the corner. Nicollet there to back him up. The Blue Jays skater slows things down. Brown will get back in to play it again. He's got a little help from Kanan. Back to Nicollet. Back to the blue line and dumped back in by the Blue Jays. Centering pass. Deflected maybe even by Prentice. Harmlessly high and up and over the net, but a little nerve-wracking here as we have 24 seconds left and really need a breakout. Do regroup out at neutral ice as the Blue Jays. Brown plays it, and Kanan with some speed and space up front, rips it in, right into the grill. I think he might have caught a little neck protector there or something. But skates down, a good little breakout opportunity.
That
and
is it for the
Trojans,
period.
nice little skate in the second. Was it 1-0 at the first? We get 2 in that period.
For excellent goal destruction this summer, join Legend.
Was it 2-0, and then we got 1 in the second here.
And
Did you need some help with something, or are we good now?
and this is a guy, Matthew Brown, who has been in the camera for about a few years.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple years.
How many years have you been working the camera?
1 day.
1 day?
2 days.
2 days, yeah.
2 days and a half.
Yeah, and do you like being color commentator?
I mean, no, 1 day.
1 day at color, 1 day on the camera?
Yeah,
What do you like best? Do you like the microphone or the camera, or doing them both?
both at
Yeah.
the same time.
You're pretty good at both.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the real star. I'm just saying.
I am so excited. He's doing such a good job.
Such a good job.
I love it.
All right. We're going to start with the Clavin LaRose Mead line at forward. We will have Jeffers and Wilson on the blue line. And none other than Mr. Buell in net.
He might be a mister. I don't know.
It'd be what?
He might be a mister. I don't know.
Mister, I call him Mister. I don't know how that started. It was early last year randomly, and I don't even know if I did it. And then Alice picked it up. The cutest ever. Clavin looking for Wilson. Heavy contact there. As Clavin draws some contact, plays that in to Mead. Clavin playing some inspired hockey in the neutral ice for a second here. And now the Trojans work to flip one in. Do get it past LaRose. And into the back corner is Clavin. I tell you what, the Blue Jay skaters are coming up short right now. And again, it's the little bit of Clavin effect when he's out there. But they do skate away with one, and this is their skater. That might have got just in the... That was the kid went down on his own, and they're going to call a trip because there was a Trojan in the neighborhood. So we got a 90-second power play here. Oh, they did? Oh, was it back further? Oh, okay. So then they might have got it. It wasn't the phantom trip. So, all right.
I saw some hitting that there. I think
There was a hit further back that must have came from. Should we come around there?
Oh, yeah, like that.
All right. Suddenly quiet, and the Blue Jays.
Number 3, Sam Cleven, minute and a half for roughing. That's Wayzata, number 3, Cleven, minute and a half for roughing.
Keep a little structure here for the boys. Find a way to work this out. Nicollet into the corner. Quick little skater around the backside there. Dumps that out. Skates away from them to across the front. Figure it out. That gets centered and covered by Buell. Want me to put it on? Graciously gets punched out as we are just inside a minute remaining on the power play. 13:35 left in the game. That deflects up. Nicollet catches that one in the chin or the face mask or something. Nicollet bodies into the corner. Altschul there to join in, and he flips that out. Stick holds that one up, and that's going to fly wide left. There's a Blue Jay waiting for it on the far side, skating across, willing to fire in off the top.
Can you do it?
Yep. Centering pass in close. And Hasselfeld punches one out, and that skates it in. Ooh, and that did ice.
What's up, B?
5 seconds left to kill in this power play. Homstall and Kanan are your forwards. Prentice and Jeffers on D. And the Blue Jays do skate away with it. And we're back to even strength. And Brown comes in. The Blue Jays recoup at center ice. That is gloved and offsides or hand pass on the Blue Jays. So, Greg, should that come back further, or what you saying, or you don't know? Okay. Kanan looks to Wilson. Wilson hard off the far board. Brown in a race into that corner. Blue Jay there first, but a little bit of pressure as that skater turns things around. He's going to try the far side. They do have it for a second. Brown, though, slows and breaks that up. Jeffers looks for it. Wilson creates a little space of his own, skates it through. He and Brown get kind of hung up there as Wilson bodies it through. The Blue Jays turn it over, and they've got a skater coming out with it. Brown closing in on the doorstep, turns, fires, nothing there as Homstall does skate away from it. He's got a lean on the far side, working his way around, centering up, looking for Brown, trying to punch one in near side, nothing there, and it's covered by the Blue Jay goalie nicely. 11:45 left. Fresh forwards in LaRose on the left, Meade on the right, and Clavin back at center. Nicollet and Prentice on the blue line. Speaking of Prentice, a bad bounce gets hung up there. Weird clearing off the board there, and kind of got overrun as Prentice was on the far side. That punches out, and they put home a nice breakaway goal to close this to 2 goals. No shame in that one. That was a tough breakaway and just a weird spot for Drew. Drew had that lined up, coming around the boards, and it punched out, and the Jays take advantage. Score one here on the 3:25 mark of the third period to close it to a 2-goal lead for the Trojans. Blue Jays misplayed that one. A little bit of pressure coming from the Trojans, picked up by Clavin. Clavin tries to body one through, gets played off there as Clavin on it. LaRose puts one on in, covered. Quick change here. We've got Altschul, Kurth on either side of Hasselfeld. Your defenders will be Jeffers and Wilson, and the Blue Jays play that out. I just got to be a little leery of that board on that side, on those ringers around. I haven't seen it happen other than that, but it did. Near side, that's their skater. He's really solid. That was a nice little move in. Deflected puck up front. Same guy almost got a piece of that. That gets out to Ulchel, and that does force a regroup here at neutral ice. And Hasselfeld skates free with it. Good little back check there. At least slows things down as Kurth now trying to do something with it back behind the net. Bodies up. Ulchel there comes in with him. Centering pass. And Wilson plays. Pressure by Kurth. Center pass by Kurth. Kurth has room. Kurth tries to skate it out. He gets taken down. Ulchel in. Ulchel flips one in and covered and saved as we'll get a line change here. 10 minutes left. 10 minutes and 4 seconds left. Even shots on goal as we're at 20-20 here with just 10 minutes and 4 seconds left in the third. Kanan up to Nicollet. Nicollet waiting for the seas to part there a little bit. Does loft one up back off the boards. Kanan trying to work his way out of a double team, and finally the Blue Jays come away with it. Quick little skater comes up the boards there, eventually shut down by the Trojans. Everybody's back up on their skates. I didn't see it. I walked away from it. Did you see anything back there? No, they whistled it. Okay. So there was a little bit of fray back there we all looked away from. And so we're going to skate 4-on-4 for 90 seconds. Brown and the Blue Jay skater got tied up in the corner. Both of them were not happy with each other and drew a mutual penalty here with 9.5 left. Did he play that or not? Carson.
Penalties on Waseca, number 15, Blake Kimmick, within a half for hooking. And on Wayzata, number 8, Griffin Brown, within a half for high sticking. That's Brown, high sticking, Kimmick, hooking.
Jeffers trying to create a little bit of space. Tough pass in and scores. Kind of got to get those out a little faster. We lagged in the slot, and the Blue Jays cut this to now a 1-goal lead with 8:44 left. So we got to find some offense, and we got to get the defensive zone exited a little quicker there. Clavin, LaRose, and Mead line in. Prentice and Nicollet are your defenders. LaRose flips one forward, looking for Mead. Mead has a little seam on the far side. He tries to scoot that through, nothing doing. Mead loses his stick, and Clavin on it. It plays that back up to Nicollet. Nicollet flips one in. Mead gets taken off his feet off the ice, away from the puck, and Mead gets a piece of it again. A lean there. And Trojans come away with it. They chip that forward, and just enough to get a change, and they'll wave off. Ulchel looking to get a piece of the Blue Jay. That skater's going to work his way around. Centering pass up nearby. Now Ulchel has room to skate. Looks all the way across to Kurth. Kurth puck gets hung up into the middle ice. Ulchel then dumps that in, has a little bit of space near side. Pressured there, regrouped by Hasselfeld. Hasselfeld dumps that in. He's going to chase and win the race back behind the net. Ulchel. And here comes a Blue Jay. Held up by Jeffers. Worked up to their D. Flipped one in. Pad save there. Looks near side. Ends up back behind the net. And up front, Ulchel tries to chip one out. Needs to get that one out across the blue line at least. As that gets played out to neutral ice, albeit temporarily, as the Blue Jays regroup and they punch one in. That gets pad saved up front. Backhander as the boys need to get one out of zone. Homstall had it and just got hung up over the line. And this will allow the lines to regroup. 6:17 left, and the 3-goal lead has dwindled down to a 1-goal lead with 6:17 left. And the Trojans with Brown, Kanan, and Homstall in. Prentice tries to punch one out. As Kanan working his way through the middle. 3 Blue Jays there close on that. The Blue Jays skate through with it. Tries to chop one back behind. Backhander in. And Nicollet exits. Looking for Homstall. Homstall dangles across neutral ice. Looking for Brown out front. Brown into the corner. Gets pinned up against the board. And the Blue Jays now have a breakout coming through. No numbers here, but they're able to skate freely in. And Buell with a glove save. 5:26 left. You want this back? You want this back? Okay. Clavin, Mead, and LaRose are your forwards. That gets flipped in. Clavin punches it out. The Blue Jays back on it. That ends up scooting by. A weird puck over the top. Gets popped out. Well, Jeffers punches one out, gets hung up by Mead. The Blue Jays turn that around. Now Clavin has space. And he banks one around, and that is just not enough English to ice one, or not to avoid the icing. 4:54 remains. Clavin back on the draw here defensively. Again, he's got Mead and LaRose on either side. Jeffers and Wilson are your defenders. Mead finds a little room near side, and he is going to poke one through, get hung up by the ref, and I forgot to bring you along. Sorry about that. And now the Blue Jays coming back the other direction. Not for long. Broken back up at neutral ice. Hard pass off across, and Mead will play it. Not quite, out around the blue line. Pins his competitor up, and Mead goes down. Little help from LaRose there as the Blue Jays skate in with it. Turn, fire, Just out of reach there of that centering pass, and a save by Buell. Hasselfeld, Altschul, and Kurth in. Centering pass gets played out. Kurth on the scene. Does poke one forward and has a little bit of space. Looking for Hasselfeld, and that gets turned around by the Blue Jays. Nearly offsides, not sure there. The Blue Jay skater dumps that in. Kurth plays it into the far side. And Altschul plays that out nicely. Mishandled puck and turns that around, and he's going to go ahead and dump that back in. Brown now in. Hard ice pass across, looking for Altschul. Regroup here by the Blue Jays. They dump that on the blue line, and the Blue Jay skater there to play it. Pressured by a duo of Trojans. Looking for Brown on the far side. There's a stick randomly in play, and a nice hard ice pass across. Has Homstall working his way through. He gets hung up into the corner, draws some heavy contact there. As that ends up on the glass, played in, not quite by Wilson. Wilson, though, there to punch it through. Brown plays it. Homstall then on it, and it gets dumped in. Kanan into the corner. The Blue Jays looking to get out with it. Now Homstall will have a chance at it in this corner. Wilson there with it. Brown regroups. Has his way out to Kanan at neutral ice. Kanan trying to deke one through and turned over to the Blue Jays, albeit temporarily, as his stick gets held by the Blue Jay skater, and they let him skate away with it. That gets played off by a pad. Hard ice across. And that back behind the net. Homstall, he chips one out to the red line. Regrouped here by the Blue Jays. Blue Jays skate free with it. And now Homstall with space again, looking for a pass across. Probably one you could dump there and get a fresh change. 1:26 left in the game. A centering pass just out of reach of the Blue Jay. And a centering pass comes across, waved off, and here comes Kanan. Kanan dangles his way around, turns, spins around, centering pass across, looking for a breaking LaRose. Can't handle it, but does have it into the corner, willing to pin and poke a little bit. Mead skates free with it. 57 seconds off. He gets pushed off the edge of his skate. Clavin now in, put a little bit of pressure in. The boys burying the puck out. And now they have a chance to skate back in with it. Pressured in by Clavin, turned around here by LaRose. LaRose has space. LaRose go ahead and dump that in. 36 seconds left here in the third. 1 goal lead as Mead slowing things down on the breakout here by the Blue Jays. That gets played back in by Clavin. Brown comes in. Hasselfeld joins in on the parade, and the Blue Jays with one more chance to break in, and they've got it on the stick of their skater who skates it through. Brown chips one out. That doesn't find its way all the way out. That gets played off. One, and that is the championship for the Trojans. Sticks and helmets fly away, and the boys had to pull it together in the end to find their way in. I got Briggs back in the box meet. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you see, buddy.
I saw a lot of good passing.
Who's the champ? Who's the stud in net for this championship win?
Oliver Buell.
Oliver Buell, Mr. Buell, known affectionately as the Trojans will come out. We'll give you a little handshake and celebration room as a hard-fought game. That was a very good team, and the Trojans had to give their best. Actually got outshot in that one, and pretty amazing. The boys proved themselves against A-level talent and went out and got a championship win here in Sioux Falls. So thanks for tuning in. You'll probably see lots of pictures online. I'll cut the broadcast here and enjoy this. So we will be bussing home shortly, and thanks.